Local amenities could be a big pull for property buyers, so it helps to know which essentials they will struggle to do without. As a seller, the local area, and more specifically the local amenities in your area, are likely to form a key part of a prospective purchaser's buying decision, which means it pays to be clued up. Research carried out recently has sought to shed some light on this very topic. House hunters still like the reassurance of key local amenities being within walking distance of their homes, despite the increase in online alternatives in recent years. The survey, which polled 2,088 people, asked respondents the following question. When looking for a new home, which of any of the following would you need to be within walking distance of your new home, i.e. within 15 minutes walk? Unsurprisingly, a supermarket within walking distance was the most in-demand local essential, with 49% of those interviewed saying that they would need a major retailer nearby to consider moving to an area. 26% of home buyers were keen to have a local post office branch, 25% a train or underground station, and 23% a local pub in close proximity. Despite the rise of online shopping and banking in recent years, many people still like local essentials to be physically available. So much so that only a quarter of those surveyed were not too fussed if there were no local amenities situated within a 15-minute walk. Research also showed a number of differences by gender and age. Women, for example, were more likely than men to want to have a post office and a supermarket close to hand. By contrast, men were more likely to require a pub within a 15-minute walk. A pub was in fact more important for those surveyed than banks, schools and places of worship. This might have something to do with the demographics involved, including people without young children and those who bank online, and the increasingly secular society we see in the UK. Furthermore, the findings highlighted, as expected, the different priorities of millennials, those aged 18 to 34 years old, and the baby boomers, those aged 55 and above. The over 55s are the most likely demographic to demand a physical bank or a post office within a 15-minute walk of their new abode. On the other hand, only 60% of those aged 25 to 34 years old required a bank nearby. What's more, only 20% would demand a local post office nearby, with millennials less likely to have much call for stamps or sending of letters and parcels. The generational divide was also highlighted when it came to the demands for a train or underground station. While only 20% of over 55s saw this as a necessity, 38% of millennials, more likely to be commuting to jobs in town and city centres, said it was a key local amenity, second only to the local supermarket. Well, schools also caused a generational divide. Only 7% of over 55s, a demographic much more unlikely to have children, required a school close by, in comparison to 28% of 25 to 34-year-olds, an age when many people look to start a family. While good local amenities are highly desirable, sellers who don't have all the local essentials outlined above should not despair too much. There will be many other factors that will influence a house purchase: the home itself, the street, and the immediate local area. And as the research showed, different people will require different things. Some will want a pub or a high street branch of a bank. Others will want to be close to a post office, an outstanding school, good restaurants and nightlife, or excellent transportation links. It's impossible to be all things to all people, but luckily Guildford has many good local amenities to shout out about, including local supermarkets, several train stations and pubs within the town and out in the local countryside. If buyers know they can shop fairly locally and get to and from work with relative ease, your home is likely to become much more appealing. It's very far from a one-size-fits-all situation when it comes to property, but if you have good local amenities, it will be a wise choice to make this as a key part of your sales strategy. So if you'd like to talk to us about property in Guildford, please feel free to contact me using the following details.